Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Hello, my students. Good to see you all in the Career Guidance Virtual Seminar for Batch 21 and Batch 22 International Class. Hope you all doing well and hope this pandemic will be over soon so we can see each other in the campus. Okay, I'm so happy today. I was blessed to give you a tips on preparing your personal branding for your future career. And the first session, I'm happy to meet all of you students from mass communications, entrepreneurship and business communication, and also student of digital media communications and advertising, and as well student of marketing communication. And I'm so happy and looking forward to see the student in the session 2 for student of public relations batch 21 and student public relations batch 22 international class and international relations student and student of performing art. I hope all you are doing well. And of course, when we talk about personal branding and reputation, we also have to think about the power of trust and credibility. There is one word was saying, if you don't believe in the messengers, you won't believe the message. So people will not believe whatever we were saying if we are not a credible person. When people don't believe in us, nothing we can accomplish. People will not stand for us. So therefore, we should be a person or someone who bringing the message that people believe in us. Okay, this is an example. There is LSPR alumni, Angki Yudhistia. She's a special staff of President Joko Widodo. And she's used to be a mass communication student. This is how we can begin how to build reputation. The first one is to promote your accomplishment. Angki, when she's a student, she loves modeling. That's why she often joining Abang None competitions and as well Putri Indonesia and a lot of activity in LSPR that promote herself. When you ask me what I'm good at, of course I can tell you bluntly that actually when I was a little girl, I love to cook and I love to clean the house because my mom told me so. And if you have some expertise or when you're good at something, let it shine. Do not afraid people might think that you will be mayaba. In Tagalog, mayaba we said is sombong. You don't have to be afraid of showing that you're good at something, because people will never know what you're good at if you don't show it, if you don't tell people. But you have to exhibit consistently what you're good at so you become an expert. And please make sure that your accomplishment, your success is also a benefit for people and must be useful for people. So if you ask me about what I'm good at when I was a little girl, I'm good in cleaning the house and cooking. So it's a benefit for many people. People in the house, my siblings, my mom, they're also happy because the house is always clean. And also the food is always ready. So it's meaning something that's also useful. And also you have to communicate clearly. There is a word saying, tak kenal maka tak sayang. How can you love if you don't know? So you really have to show it to people who you are and what you're good at. And also be honest. Be honest is not always talking about money. Being honest to yourself is the most important thing. And demonstrate integrity. That's showing that you have an integrity, you have a credibility, you are an accountable person. by keeping your promise, by making your work is become very good or is become the best result. And please do not hesitate to receive compliment when people say that you are good at something. And also please don't be sad when people criticize you. Some criticize even something is just like when you have to take a medicine. Sometimes it's so sour or sometimes it's so pahit, but you have to take it then to make your body is become immune on something, yeah, or you can become sehat again. Yeah? Okay, here is Anki. Let's hear what she was saying about what she good at, what she's not good at.
Saya berdiri di sini adalah suatu kebanggaan sebagai alumni LSBR Jakarta, di mana awalnya sangat kontradiktif. Siapa sangka seorang penyandang disabilitas tunarungu tidak bisa mendengar, bisa lulus dari jurusan komunikasi. Wah. Jadi tidak ada hal yang tidak mungkin, semua itu pasti mungkin. Teman-teman di LSBR, berikut dosen-dosenlah yang menjadikan saya seperti sekarang ini, menjadi tangguh, kuat, sehingga bisa menembus segala keterbatasan. Dan siapa sangka, komunikasi adalah di mana tempat saya bisa bernafas, hidup, berkarya, dan berdaya. Sehingga saya memperoleh penghargaan dari Kementerian Komunikasi menjadi tokoh literasi komunikasi sosial.
Okay, and the second thing, when you want to have a good reputation or personal branding, you have to have a credibility in business. Later, when you graduate from LSPR, we can't build credibility in a day because people cannot judge you for one day or for one time. You have to show it, and you have to do consistently your credibility. Then people will have faith in you. Credibility contributes of many factors. For you to keeping the promise, for you to do your very best, and the result of your work, it's also very good. Okay, let me introduce you to Aat Kurnaidi. He is LSPR alumni who now become a very successful entrepreneur. He owns shoes called CL. And CL is a shoes that you can find in Lafayette or Good Dep or any other good department store in Jakarta, in Singapore, or in Tokyo, and in many other places. What is the success of Aat? He has a credibility in what he was doing. At first, he loves shoes. He himself, actually, he is not so tall. It's very difficult for a man to wear high heel, but there is a way to make a man can look tall. That is something that we can put in the shoes. So he often go to shoemaker, and then the shoemaker make him a shoes then to make him look taller than what he is. And after that, he become obsessed with the shoes, and he has so many shoes. Then actually he tell his secret to many people, and then now he owns Chill, and Chill shoes is liked by many youngsters in Indonesia, in Japan, in Singapore, in Thailand, and also in Malaysia. So let's hear what Aat saying about his credibility.
Itu Aat bisa kenal sama buyer di Jepang, tadi bisa kenal sama Goods, bisa tadi Lafayette. Itu kenalnya dari mana? Siapa yang kenalin Aat?
Berawal dari sosial media sih Bu ya. Jadi semuanya
sosial
itu
media lagi ya.
Benar-benar. Jadi emang sosial media itu powerful banget. Jadi semua orang yang meng-approach Chill itu, alhamdulillah Chill itu emang orang-orang yang mendatangi saya Ibu, kebetulan alhamdulillah.
Iya.
Nah, mereka setiap saya tanya tahu dari mana, dari Instagram, dari sosial media.
Okay, he was saying that his credibility and people get to know him from social media. So therefore, you have to be good also in telling yourself in your social media. Be careful about what you are saying, about what you're presenting in your social media, because right now people want to get to know you even more closer is just through your social media. Okay, so now building your own credibility through reputation stages. Reputation started from the house, from your home, from your parents, from where you grew up. So if you known as a nice girl, I mean your mom or your dad asking you to clean the house and you did it well, so you have a good reputation. If your mom asks you to take care of your brother when he's away and you did it very well, then meaning you have a good reputation. And then reputation also can see about the happiness in the house. Happiness in the house. Of course, not all of us have a nice home and have a nice family, because sometimes we also have challenges. Any human being, there's no perfections, so there must be some good, some's not good in the house, but always make it good from your side, then you will also be good at the end. This is a story of one of the most powerful women in the world, Indra Nooyi. She was saying what made her become successful woman who became a CEO of Pepsi Cola, because her upbringing, how her mom disciplined her in the house on study, homework, and a lot of things that she has to do it on time, and she has to do it constantly. So let's hear what Ibu Indra Nooyi was saying about her career.
Mr. President and NDTV, thank you very much for this incredible honor. You know, Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Outliers, said, "Who you are cannot be separated from where you came from." I left India 35 years ago, went on to the United States, and had tremendous success in that meritocracy. But none of that could have happened if I hadn't had a wonderful upbringing.
Okay, if we can see here, there is 5 Indian CEO, I think many more, who actually now become the CEO of very big company and a giant company in America. Why Indian? So in India, there are around 1.4 million Indian in India. So in the classroom, it's double size of the classroom what you are here in LSPR. So when you want to be good at, or if you want to be ranked number 1, you have to beat many people. So the competitiveness is so tough in India. Then make a person become very tough and very competitive and become very good. Yeah? Like diamond. Diamond is a hard stone. The more diamonds being hit, the more it shine. Yeah? Same thing like the people. So that's why in India, the educations and the many other things, job opportunity, anything, when you will label good, you have really to be damn good. Yeah. Okay, so we're still talking about upbringing. Sometimes upbringing in the house, that your family like to do something that you think this is not necessary, but this can also change your life. I want to introduce you to our alumni, Rosel Sujati. She is the Vice President of Gojek for GoFood. She's very young. She's not long ago graduated from LSPR, but she has a good position now in Gojek. Let's hear what she was saying about her upbringing.
saya dipanggil oleh Gojek gitu ya, lucunya mungkin tim HR juga udah scouting gitu ya. Saya tuh memang diem-diem suka masak gitu, dan saya gabung di komunitas masak
jadi
juga.
tahu paham makanan lah ya.
Gitu, jadi mereka sedang mencari saat itu posisi communications atau tim corporate affairs yang memang ada background lifestyle juga gitu, tapi juga ada latar belakang banking dan payment.
Okay, I also want to introduce you again to another LSPR alumni called Kenny Jafar. Kenny Jafar used to be a mass communication student in LSPR and she graduated a long time ago. Kenny Jafar, when she was a student in LSPR, she took mass communication. She often joining LSPR radio or London School Radio. Then she got a chance to apply a job in Radio Prambors. And then now she became a very famous broadcaster. When Kenny is still a student in LSPR, she often brought somai made by her mom. Then she shared it with her friend. So one time her friend told her, Kenny, let's just sell the somai instead of you just bringing and share it to us. Then it challenged Kenny, okay, I think I should be an entrepreneur. Then she and her mom start to make somai and sell the somai. Because of her credibility, or because of people known her as a broadcaster, and then because of her determination, because of her somai is constantly good every time she made it, then she became very successful entrepreneur in somai. She made a somai called Tante Tenny. Tenny is her mom, and her friend called Tante Tenny. So sometimes when you have a good friend, your friend will also encourage you to find your very best. Okay, and still with friend and networking. So my mom was telling me when I told her that I want to study overseas, and she told me actually she doesn't really have enough money to send me to study overseas. But she told me and she promised me that you can still go and study in the UK, and mommy will try find a way for you to go study there. But one thing that you should really bring back home, aside of the knowledge that you will learn in the United Kingdom, but you also have to bring a networking, a friend that you meet over there, because it's going to be your foundations later to become a successful person. I think what she was saying is right, but not just a networking when I was in the university. I also have classmates when I was in SMP. I want to introduce you to my friend. He's one of the richest men in Indonesia, Hairul Tanjung. He's my classmate in SMP. We play theater together, and often after we graduated from SMP, we still meet and we still play theater together. And then now we do business together.
Mengingat masa-masa sebelum itu deh ya, jauh sebelum itu, Bapak juga pernah ikut teater segala kan,
Betul.
Pak? Memang Bapak suka?
Jadi awalnya semua tuh by accident, karena kecelakaan. Saya nggak pernah suka lalu ikut teater, enggak. Jadi mulainya tuh kelas 2 SMP waktu itu. Kelas 2 SMP ada pertandingan untuk 17 Agustus itu antar kelas bertanding untuk mengpagelarkan sebuah kesenian.
Oke.
Nah, kebetulan ada teman sekelas saya,
Iya.
itu namanya Prita. Sekarang itu namanya Ibu Prita, pemilik dari London School.
Oh.
Nah, nih Mbak Prita ini bilang bahwa dia punya abang, ya, itu adalah pelatih teater. Daripada kita susah-susah, kita bikin teater saja untuk festival itu. Nah, singkat cerita, ikutlah kita. Saya itu karena ke kelas kan, ikut main teater. Nah, akhirnya ya juara, kita menang di festival antar kelas itu. Nah, rupanya karena belajar di teater di SMP itu ada link hubungan. Nah, jadi akhirnya saya juga ikut walaupun sudah tidak teater di sekolah itu, saya ikut lanjut lagi.
Karena ternyata kok asik gitu ya.
Kok
Seru
enak
kayaknya.
gitu.
Okay, here is LSPR campus in Bekasi. We bought the land and the building from him, and his Transmart is just next to our campus. The same thing also what my mom was saying about networking, about friend is an asset. Of course, you all know Chef Gordon Ramsay. And of course, he's damn good chef and his food is very good. He has so many restaurants until he also wants to open a restaurant in Dubai. Of course, to open a restaurant in Dubai, especially in the Creek area in Dubai, which is very expensive area in Jumeirah, and at the Hilton Hotel, is not cheap. You have to have really good money. In order to make these plans become reality, so he has to make a presentation or proposal to the bank. So when he make a proposal to the bank that he wants to make a restaurant, he was saying to the bank that because Dubai is where the place or the hub where people from all over the world is coming to Dubai, and he wants people also to experience his good food and his hospitality from the restaurant. So it's meaning it also can make Dubai is good to have his restaurant in Dubai. And aside from that, and the bank is asking for collateral, and he said that the collateral, his expertise, and he also has friends who also they are a Michelin star chef for pastry, for steak, for other cooking. So 5 of them, all Michelin star chef, is starting the business together, and he was promising the bank in 2 years' time they will give the money back. But what happened? Less than 2 years they pay back the bank. So very important actually having a good friend, a friend who believe in you, people who trust you. So that is more than any asset actually that you have, aside from your own expertise. And of course, when you do business, you really have to man business. When you man business, meaning you have to deliver. Okay, it's still about how to deliver the business. People will get to know you of your good result of your work. I will introduce you to a man called Platon. He's a photographer. He loves to take photo of the building. But he's not interested on the building itself. He's more interested into the architect. He interested to people who make the building instead of the building itself. And he's a storyteller. So many buildings and the makers and the architect become famous because of his photograph and his story. Because of his good work, also known with many people, until the time Putin won the Person of the Year by Time magazine. A PR company in London looking for a good photographer who can tell story of Putin. Then, through friends and through networking, this PR agency heard about Platon, and then Platon introduced to Putin and asked Platon to take photo of Putin and to tell the story about Putin. Here we can listen to the story about Platon, what he was saying about Putin.
I was about 1.5 inches from Putin's nose when I did those pictures, and I could feel his breathing on my hand. So it's about as intimate as it can get, My name is Platon. I'm a storyteller. I'm known as a photographer, but really I'm a storyteller. It was Time's Person of the Year, and I was sent to Moscow to do the picture. As you arrive, you see this giant high security wall covered in snipers. And then at gunpoint, I'm led into the building. And then Putin walks in and he's surrounded by his translators, his team of advisors, and about 10 bodyguards. It's pretty intimidating. And I said to him, I'm a massive Beatles fan, are you? He speaks to me and he says, I love the Beatles. So I said, what's your favourite Beatle? And he said, Paul. So I said, what's your favourite song? And he said, Yesterday. Think about it.
Okay, and now we're almost through of the session. I hope you not feel bored listen to my story. And then now is the conclusions about the reputation, credibility, and trust. Yeah? There is two things in reputations. First is by perception, and second is by reality. The good thing, perception and reality should be the same. When perception and reality there is a gap, it means there's no good. Yeah? So when you want to be chosen, when you want to be nominated, first you have to look good and to be a good looking person. Good looking person, it does not mean that you have to be ganteng, keren, cantik, manis, dan lain sebagainya. You have to look good and to look like people will like you. Yeah, the moment people see you, they already like you. You have a good vibe. Yeah, that's why you have to have a good gesture. It's all by practice. It won't happen in a day. You have to have a good grooming. Your hair, your nail, yeah, your hand should be in a good manner. And also you have to have a good attitude. You smile, you say thank you, you say please, yeah, and you say sorry. And you must have a good judgment. People who have a good judgment, it looks more happier than people who always think bad. Yeah? Okay, again, people who have a credibility must always want to do their best and always persevere until it is happen. Yeah, and people who has a credibility and good reputation must be ethical and must be knowledgeable. You can become a knowledgeable person by often listen and also reading and also see things. Yeah, then you will have a lot of knowledge by doing that. And also read book and listen to radio, watch TV, and see what's happening around you. And if you want to be a credible person, you have to do research. Then you can tell something precisely or accurate. And you have to have a well performance. You always want to do your very good work. So people will also judge you as a good person or a person with accountable. And this good work, it has to be consistently. It cannot be just only one time. You should be also innovative and creative. And the last, you have to be a reliable person. Okay, and I also want to show you our Vice Rector, Dr. Janet Pinaria, which you can see here, and she smile. She's also a LSPR graduate. She continued her study to master, and then she took her doctorate. So, and then when she graduated, she immediately worked for LSPR. In her life, in her career, her first job is in LSPR, and until now, she has a good career as a vice rector. So, people also know that she always well performed, and she's also reliable. And the most important thing, she's committed and also wants to do her best. So I think you all can have a good career like her, or like Aat, or like Anki, or also like Kenny Jafar, or even like Platon. So all is depend on how you consistently practice of your expertise and how you tell people how you good at something. Okay, I think this is all, and hope you all have an enjoyable study at the London School of Public Relations, and wish you all every success. Till we meet again. Thank you. Bye.